Hey guys, I'm Roger Dodger Gaming, and today we are playing Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. Let's get started. We're gonna have a pretty jam-packed episode today. We're fighting one of the three bosses in the game, but first we are going to start with the speedway. So the goal of the speedway is you need to collect a series you have to basically do a series of obstacles like that I'm currently doing. Screwed up there a little bit. And for each group of tasks you do, you are able to get, I believe it's 40 gems? 40 or 80? I think it's 40. For a total, it might be 80 now that I think about it. I think it's 80. So you get, basically you get a series of gems, and which equal 400, and then hidden in each speedway is a orb, which you need to obtain by doing a certain quest, which is basically pretty much kind of similar. But before you can access the orb, it's better to complete the level, because then you don't have the time thing. Alright, so we are almost, this is I believe the last obstacle we have to face, and boom. Cool. Yeah, it's 80 per. I already completed some of them. It took me a few times to get it perfect. So now we are going to hop into collecting the orb. And the orb is going to have us follow Hunter in some wings, and we have to basically travel through the rings as he turns them green. So right after it. And we have to do it immediately or you fail. I was able to do this one on my first try, as it took me a while when I was little to figure it out, just because of the sharp turns, but by the time I got it down, I pretty much had it memorized. So yeah, wasn't too difficult. And then right after this, we will hop into the first boss battle, which is against Crush. And I'm really looking forward to it. So we're halfway through the rings, and had a little messed up there, but was able to recover. And I think it's interesting in this how he has the wings, because it's kind of the only, I don't know, it's just kind of different since he's known for running, for him to all of a sudden fly. That was an interesting design choice. Alright, so we're almost done. Very much looking forward to our first boss fight. I always thought it was very cool part of Spyro where you go up against these huge creatures and get to take them down. Alright, so we've got our 22nd orb, which is great. And now, with the 100% completion, we can hop into the boss battle. Before we get right to the fight, she's going to explain a little bit of the story, how they got here, I believe.
Before you get to the castle dungeon, Spyro,
and that is a look at the third world we'll be exploring in future episodes. I always very much enjoyed the little cutscenes in this game. I always thought they added a lot to it. Gave the characters and hunters just about to unleash doom upon Avalar. Alright, here's the main man Ripto himself, getting ready, and his lackeys. So we are going to be fighting the blue one, Crush, in the first fight, and the second one is Gulp, which we'll be fighting in the second boss fight. Then Ripto, of course, the head of them all, we will be fighting in the last and final boss fight.
No dragon.
So he doesn't like dragons. I don't really know why. Why, clearly, because we're dragons. But I don't know if he came. I never played the first, and I don't think he's the villain of the first game. So I don't know what his deal is.
Professor, shut it down! Hurry!
Oh my, oh my. I
Conveniently
can't see the
broken
switch.
glasses,
I think
which
I've
suck.
broken my glasses.
Crush. Go through
And then
the portal,
lovely
you
Crush
idiot.
not figuring out how to go
All
through the
your
portal in
friends to take the
time.
orbs and scatter them throughout Avalon.
I think this is the first time where we see other fairies. Like, I don't, other colored fairies. I don't recall ever seeing like a blue fairy
Now.
in the game.
Crush. Get the orbs now.
They're pretty much all standard, the same color, which is interesting that they chose to add that.
I'll kill you.
This is bad
Can we
news
talk
for
about how
Avalon.
strong those fairy wings are
Hunter,
that they were able to
Why
carry
didn't you chase
Ripto?
him?
That's
Yeah.
and an
I,
orb. Like,
would've
that's
gone
impressive.
After him, but didn't he say something about not liking dragons?
Come on, Hunter.
Professor,
It's supposed to be
could we
cheating. You
catch a
can't run
dragon to help
after the
us?
guy.
Yes, yes, I think so. We'll
Alright,
need a
so
world
now they're
that has
talking
an
about
alignment
summoning
much better suited to
Ripto,
intercepting
or
one
not
of these
Ripto, rather,
creatures.
Spyro,
How about
to help defeat
Glimmer?
Ripto. And the name I could not remember last time, for the life of me, was Glimmer. I struggled so hard and could not for the life of me remember that name. But the first level is Glimmer. That trope. So they did change kind of the, like, a little bit of the boss fight from the original. They took out one of my favorite parts about the original boss fight, was that when you beat him, he for the final, like, you keep having rocks fall on him when he gets hit. He knocks rocks from the ceiling. When you finally beat him in the original, the rocks stack into like a pyramid shape, and in the original the rocks were round. But I always liked the pyramid shape because I thought it was like a nice, oh, I'm done, I beat him, victory, like, type thing, which this one doesn't have, unfortunately. But yeah, boss fight is pretty simple. I enjoyed the variety with the kind of fireballs. They always used to trip me up when I was little. I would always try to direct him to the blue circles because I thought they were a lot easier to jump. I didn't quite understand the concept of, this is when I was real little, to be able to like dodge the fireballs you had to be running. I would just kind of walk and then they'd hit me. But yeah, I also totally did not see the edge of that. Just ran right off the map. Alright, so I kind of wish you would be able to hit him in rapid succession, but that would have made it, I guess, too easy. But I thought that was, I think you might have been able to do that in the original. Don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, so as you get further into the boss fight, as you just saw, instead of using the attack twice, we use it 3 times, just to make it a little bit more challenging. I don't know why he just stopped there and didn't hit the ground, but I don't know. So we're on our last life, and as a special bonus, I think we'll also do the, we'll collect all the gems and orbs in the Autumn Forest. I think autumn something. I think it's Autumn. No, I don't think it's Autumn Forest. Why am I not remembering the name? For whatever reason, during this part of the fight, he just decides to follow me, and I have to stop because he's just not. He just won't hit. There you go. Alright, so that's the first boss fight done. And now we are get a little bit more dialogue
You may
from
have been able
Ripto.
to defeat that simpleton, but golf will be more than a match for you.
Bring it on, shorty.
When I was first playing this game, I thought it was like, oh great, I'm gonna have another boss
Here now.
fight. I thought it was
Destroy
with Gulp
him
here.
and make sure it's
So
painful.
I like that they didn't use the same like boss arena for every fight. That they changed it up, and all the fights truly feel unique, which is important, I think, for a game where you don't have just the same. You're not doing the same thing. Especially like a Spyro game, I think it would have got very boring if you were doing the same like kind of fights over. Because since there's only two, like if you have two that are same and you have a lot of boss fights, it's not a big deal. But if you only have 3 boss fights, you really gotta make sure they're distinguished. And here's little Moneybags talking about how he ripped us off, which he totally did. I used to hate him as a kid, just because how much he would charge for the stuff, and I wouldn't be as good as at the game as I am now. So I would have to like scrounge for money and couldn't find it and stuff. And I never realized as a kid that it like there's only a finite amount of money in the game. I thought it would respawn and it didn't. So I was like, oh, that sucks. So Moneybags is typically there at the scene of the ladder, but I previously got to that area because I needed the ability, so I already purchased the ability, so he's not standing there like he normally would be. And we're starting from a slightly different area than we normally would. Because I exited through, I came here originally, avoided all the gems so I could record this and have a video where I didn't get any of the gems previously. So yeah, so I entered through a slightly different area. Normally you'd enter right over there, right by that portal. So I think this is potentially, I don't know, I like the third hub a lot. I know, but I think this is the prettiest hub. The third world, I like, or third hub, just because it's kind of winter themed. I think winter is pretty cool. I like, you know, I think the snow, I think they did a really cool job. And there's some more like secrets, I'd say, maybe, in the third. But this hub's pretty cool. I think this is the prettiest hub because it has like the pool and the flowers and the trees and stuff. I think that's. But I think the third. I like the levels in this probably the most. There's some fun levels in here.
Legend has
More challenging orb stuff too. So we're gonna go over here, unlock the speedway since we have enough orbs to do that, and just grab the few gems that are in there. So also, as you've been seeing, I'm gonna be unlocking basically all the levels in this episode too, just so we get those out of the way. And now Spyro can climb the little ladder and be able to do that, which is great. It looked, just so you know, I didn't miss a gem there. It looked like it was, but that was just the orb. Like it shows you how many orbs you need to collect in the hubs. So it shows the first hub, and it just looked like it was a green gem, but it was an orb that from the portal. Just to clarify. So this is that level. That's gonna be a fun level. Alright, so we're gonna unlock a little bit more of the hub just there by you need to have a certain amount of orbs, I think it was orbs. So yeah, so we did that. Gonna unlock this area. I think this level is one of my favorite levels. It's very, is that the one? I think that's the level where it's like it has 2 spy kids that are like trying to overthrow and get this special I think it's a lollipop. I don't remember. It's been a while. Alright, so we're gonna turn around real quick. That is the entrance to the boss, but I need to go there quite so fast. So I believe this is the second speedway, which is kind of, I think this is the only one from memory, the only hub that has 2 speedways. So I made a cut there because the game kind of glitched a little bit and I did not go into the vortex. So the destructible wall reset, so we're gonna break that again. Head up, and this is like the hidden area. There's 2 hidden areas. This is one of the hidden areas in the map. And with a bunch of just kind of gems hanging out. So now we got another, we're gonna go up to the top of the roof, which I believe has a few gems, and then there's a really cool part of this level where you have to glide off to a far off island, which I thought was like, when I first did it, I'm like, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Because I didn't think it was, but the fact that you were able to do this I thought was really cool, and I still think is a very nice touch for the game. Because it allows you to, you know, find an orb and you get a lot of gems as well. And then the final part is we are going to head on to the wall. And I went the wrong direction, so I'm going to need to turn around. And there is another secret passage on the wall where you just need to ram into a wall on the wall. Wall suction. And there will be a orb, and I think a few gems. Alright, so we now have all the orbs collected. I missed one gem in my thing along my travels, so there it is, and we've completed the level. I hope you guys liked the video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.